Hi, hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ibrahim Sabolaji, and I'm the founder of Bote Technologies. In this tutorial video today, I'm going to show you how I solve the Blurry Machine on Hack The Box platform. If you're new to this channel, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. The first step in solving this machine is to log in into the Hack The Box platform. To do this, I'm going to sign in into my Firefox browser, and I already have my account signed in. The next thing I'm going to do is I will click on connect to HTTP, and I have several options here. So I'm going to choose the machine option, and I'm going to choose the OpenVPN option. So for the VPN server, I will be choosing Singapore because it is less crowded. And for the VPN server, I'm going to choose Singapore free one. So this is going to change my VPN server from EU to Singapore. And once this has been successfully changed, I'm going to click on the download VPN button, and this is going to download an OVPN file for me. So once this file has been successfully downloaded, I'm going to click on the small download icon, and this will open my download directory. Once the download directory has been opened, the next thing I'm going to do is I will try to rename the file which I've just downloaded. I'm going to rename it to blurry.ovpn. So it seems we've opened multiple directories. So this is the file I just downloaded from Hack The Box platform. So I'm going to right click on this file, and I'm going to choose the rename option. So I'm going to rename this file to blurry.ovpn, and I'm going to click on rename. Once this file has been successfully renamed, what I'm going to do is I will right click on this file, and I'm going to choose the option copy. I'm going to minimize this, and I would go back to my desktop directory. Inside my desktop directory, I'm going to create a new folder. So this folder is going to be called Blurry HTB, and I'm going to click on the OK button. Once this folder has been successfully created, what I'm going to do is I will navigate into this Blurry HTB folder by double clicking on it, and I'm going to copy this file we've just downloaded from our Firefox browser. So once this file has been successfully downloaded, I'm going to make a connection between my Kali Linux and my and the Hack The Box platform. So to do this, I'm going to right click inside the path, and I'm going to choose the option open in terminal. So this is going to open my Kali Linux terminal, and the next thing I'm going to do is I will type open VPN, then followed by the name of the file which I have in my Blurry HTTP folder. So I'm going to press OK, and I will be prompted to type in my password to my Kali Linux. And as you can see, this is establishing a connection between Kali Linux and Hack The Box. So once this connection has been successful, I'm going to refresh on I'm going to click on the refresh button, and this is going to refresh the website itself. So once the connection has been successful, this connect to HTTP is going to turn green, and it's going to show the number of connections I have on my profile. So right now we have our connection already set up. So I'm going to click on machine, and I'm going to choose the blurry machine, which we will try to hack today. So right here I have two connections. So that shows the connection between my Kali Linux and Hack The Box was successful. So this is the machine we are going to try to hack today, and as you can see, the difficulty level is medium. So I'm going to click on blurry, and once the blurry machine has been successfully launched, I'm going to click on join machine, and we are going to be assigned an IP address of 10.10.11.19. So I'm going to write this down uh, somewhere so that we can make reference to it when trying to hack the box. So once this connection has been successfully established, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click right here, and I'm going to choose new tab. So I'm going to perform enumeration using nmap to find other services that are running on this target machine. To do this, I'm going to type in nmap tag sv tag a, then followed by the target IP address which we saw on our browser, which was 10.10.11.19, and I'm going to press enter, and this is going to start the nmap enumeration. So the nmap enumeration uh, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in nmap, and I'm going to restart this once again. So basically, this is going to show all the ports that are open on the target IP address. So once we have this port numbers, and we can try to look for vulnerabilities that are associated to this. So I'm going to start the nmap enumeration. I'm going to perform the nmap enumeration using nmap tag sv tag a, then followed by the target IP address. So this is going to scan the IP address, and this is going to return all the ports that are open on our target machine. So this is going to take a while, and while this is currently going on in the background, I'm going to open a new tab, and on the new tab, I'm going to perform what web enumeration to find out if there are other URL or other domains that are currently associated with our target machine. So luckily, our nmap scan has been completed, and we have the following port open on our nmap. So we have port 22 TCP, we have port 33, we have port 80, and we have several other ports that are associated the with the blurry machine. So when you look at the port 80, we have HTTP server header, and we have did not follow redirect to http app.blurry.htb. So this shows this is a web application. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to try to perform what web scanning on our target IP address. So I'm going to type in what web 10.10.11.13, and I'm going to press enter. So this is going to search for other URLs that might be associated with our target machine. And once this is currently loading, we have the redirection location to be http app.blurry.htb. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add this URL into our sudo etc host file. So to do this, I'm going to type in sudo nano etc/host, and I'm going to press enter, and I will be prompted to type in the password of my Kali Linux. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type in 10.10.11.19, and I'm going to type blurry.htb, and on the next line I'm going to type 10.10.11.19, and I'm going to add app.blurry.htb. I'm going to press Ctrl X on my keyboard and Y, and I'm going to press enter to save these new files or this new URL we've added to our etc host file. So once this has been completed, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to perform GoBuster subdomain enumeration to see if we have other URLs that are associated with our target IP. So to do this, I'm going to type in GoBuster vhost tag w, and I'm going to pick in this file from the user directory. So I'm going to type in user share checklist discovery DNS slash discovery slash DNS slash bit squawk bit squawk tech subdomains tab top 100,000 23 dot txt tag u http forward slash app.blurry.htb. Then I'm going to append the domain, append domain. So I'm going to press enter, and this is going to start the GoBuster subdomain enumeration. So if you have any other URLs that are associated with app.blurry.htb, this GoBuster is going to list all these directories right here. So before we finish, before this GoBuster enumeration finishes, the next thing I'm going to do is I'll move back into my Firefox browser, and inside the Firefox browser, I'm going to type in our IP address, which is 10.10.11.19, and I'm going to press enter. So we want to see this, we want to see the Blurry website, and once we type in this, we have app.blurry.htb. So app.blurry.htb is probably a ClearML website. So ClearML is an open source platform that is designed to make developing and managing machine learning projects more easier and efficient. It automates many of the complex tasks that are involved in machine learning, such as tracking experiments, managing data, and deploying models. So after understanding what ClearML is, I started searching for vulnerabilities, and I found multiple vulnerabilities that are associated with ClearML. So, but for the purpose of this video, we are going to be focusing on the intended one, which is the CVE 2024-24590, which is Pickle Load on ActiveArtGet. So these are some of the vulnerabilities that are actually found on the ClearML platform. So we have the CVE 2590, we have 24591, 24592, 24593, 24594, and 24595. So today we are going to focus on the Pickle Load on Artifact Get. So this vulnerability allows us to get a reverse shell when we use a software when we use this a feature called Pickle to load the data. So this Pickle allows you to run any code hidden in the data it load. So if an attacker sends an harmful data to ClearML, it can trick the system into triggering this malicious code, and this could lead the attacker to take total control of our system or even steal information from our system. So now I have presented with an input type field on my ClearML website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign in with a random value. So I'm going to type in user 123456, and I'm going to click on next. So one of the vulnerabilities that are associated with this ClearML is it doesn't authenticate a user when trying to sign in into the platform or into the website. So next, I'm going to locate the Black Swan project, and I'm going to click on the Black Swan. So once the Black Swan project has been opened, I'm going to click on the experiment tab. So once the experiment tab has been opened, I can see several experiments that has been carried out on the ClearML platform. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this button called New Experiment, and here we actually have the instructions or the documentation on how we can set up ClearML on our machine. So to set up ClearML, we have pip install ClearML, and we have ClearML initialization. So I'm going to click on create new credentials. So this is going to create some new credentials, and here we have our web server, we have our API server, and we have our file server as well. So I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to check if GoBuster enumeration has been completed. So we still have several steps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some URL inside our etc host file, and this URL is going to be for app.blurry. So I'm going to type in 10.10.11.19, and I'm going to add api.blurry.htb. So next I'm going to add 10.10.11.19, and I'm going to add files.blurry.htb. So once this has been successfully included in the etc file, I'm going to hold Ctrl and X on my keyboard, and I'm going to press Y and enter. So this is going to save the files in my etc host file. So once this has been successfully created, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a virtual environment on my Kali Linux. So to do this, I'm going to type in sudo pipe install virtual environment, and I'm going to press enter. So this is going to download some dependencies, and once this dependencies has been successfully downloaded, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run this using Python. So this is going to take a while, and I'm going to try to expand my screen so that you can see my screen a little bit bigger. So I already have this installed on my system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in sudo python 3 tab m virtual environment.evn, and I'm going to press enter. So this is going to set up the Python 3 environment for the Python 3 for the virtual environment. So once this has been successfully completed, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type source.evn/bin/activate, and I'm going to press enter. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to try to set up our ClearML. So to do this, I'm going to copy this file. I'm going to copy this code, and I'm going to minimize this and go back to my Kali Linux. So I'm going to type in sudo pip install ClearML, and I'm going to press enter. So this is going to install the ClearML, and this is going to set up our environment. So I already have this installed on my system, so this is going to skip all of these processes. So next I'm going to move back into my browser, and I'm going to go to the second step, which is the configure. So I'm going to copy this code as well. So this code allows us to run the ClearML setup script. So I'm going to minimize this and go back and I'm going to type speep, or I'm going to type clear ML initialization, and I'm going to press enter. So this is going to configure the clear ML, and this is going to initialize the function as well. So once this has been completed, I have the option to paste the copied configuration here. So I'm going to go back to my Firefox browser, and I'm going to click on this. So I'm going to copy the ClearML configuration uh, of the new experiment we've just created. I'm going to minimize this and go back and paste this file. So once this file has been pasted, I'm going to press enter on my keyboard, and this is going to verify the credentials. So if the credentials has been successfully verified, I'm going to have an output that the credentials has been successfully verified. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a reverse shell. So this reverse shell, I'm going to create a Python file, and in this Python file, I'm going to paste a malicious code which allows us to get a reverse shell. So I'm going to go to my notepad, and I'm going to navigate to the Pickle code. I'm going to copy all of this and go back to my Kali Linux. I'm going to minimize this back, and inside Blurry HTTP, I'm going to type nano exploit.py, and I'm going to press enter. So this is going to launch the GNU, and I'm going to paste my code here. So now we need to set, the next step is to set the IP address for listening, and also the port for listening. So to do this, I'm going to open a new tab, and in the new tab, I'm going to type in ifconfig to find all the IP address that are associated with the system. So right here, I have 10.10.14.28. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate back, and I'm going to edit this to be 10.10.14.28, and I'm going to set the port to 444. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to leave the port as 444. So I'm going to click on Control X on my keyboard, and I'm going to press Y, and I'm going to press enter on my keyboard. So once this has been successfully completed, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a netcat listener, and I'm going to set the listening variables to 444. So I'm going to press enter on my keyboard, and we can see that the netcat has started listening to port 444. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run the Python file which I've just created, which is called exploit.py, and I'm going to press enter on my keyboard. So right here I have a traceback call from ClearML import tags module not found. So what I need to do next is, so I need to open my exploit.py file to see if there is actually a mistake. So I'm going to open this, and I have import pickle, import os from ClearML import tags. So I think my code is actually correct. So I don't know where the issue is coming from. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up a new tab, and inside this new tab, I'm going to run the Python file one more time. So I'm going to type in Python 3, and I'm going to run exploit.py. I'm going to go back to our netcat listener to see if the reverse shell has been successfully created. So this can take a very long time, and you might need to run this Python file over and over again before you can get the reverse shell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move back into this tab, and I'm going to run the Python file one more time to see if we can actually get our reverse shell. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to run this Python file one more time. So luckily we were able to get our reverse shell. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to list all the files in the reverse shell. Or the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to try to stabilize the shell. So to stabilize the shell, I'm going to type Python 3, and I'm going to type taxi, and I'm going to use import, and I'm going to import pty. I'm going to use pty.spawn, and I'm going to spawn this with bin bash. So I'm going to type bin and bash, and I'm going to close this. I'm going to press enter, and this is going to stabilize our shell. So once the shell has been successfully stabilized, the next thing I'm going to do is I will try to read the user file. So in order to read the user file, I'm going to type like ls, and this is going to list all the files in the directory or in the shell. So this is going to take a while, and once this has been successfully completed, I'm going to type tag ls, or I'm going to type ls to list all the files that are there in our directory. So I probably made a mistake here, and it was supposed to be uh, Python 3 taxi import pty column pty.spawn, but I have a square bracket here, so I'm going to press Ctrl C, and I'm going to run this reverse shell one more time. So I'm going to type uh, netcat again, and I'm going to run this Python file one more time. So I will have to run this Python file one more time before we can get the reverse shell. So I'm going to run this Python file one more time, and I will have to run this Python file one more time before we can get the reverse shell. So I'm going to run this Python file one more time, and so once we've gotten the shell, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to try to stabilize the shell by running Python. So I'm going to type in Python 3, and I'm going to use taxi, and I'm going to import pty column pty.spawn, and inside the pty.spawn I'm going to use the bin bash. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to type /bin bash. I'm going to close this. So once the reverse shell has been stabilized, I'm going to type in ls, and this is going to list all the files we have in GPT at Blurry. So we found our user flag. So to open the user flag, I'm going to type cat user.txt, and we have our flag right here. So that's how I got our user flag. If you really enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you in the next tutorial video, and in the next tutorial video I'm going to be showing you how I got the root user flag. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.